First of all, God says, I am God. There's none like me. Why? Because I'm the only God who sets the end first. And then I back up and I begin. God says, look, I am God. I set the end first. I end things first. Then I back up and I begin them. I am God. I never stop with the beginning. This is why I'm debt free today. This is why I never pray for money. This is why I don't worry about a thing in my life. Because of this one statement. God says, I am God. There's none like me. Why? I set the end first. I always end things first. I finish them first. Then I back up and I start them. That means whenever I start something, that's because it's already finished. In other words, this is why God never panics. Why? He's finished. That's why he placed the seed of everything inside itself. He puts the end in the beginning. He puts the finish inside the start. He put the final into the initiation. He puts the completion into the initiation. When God starts something, it's already finished. That means God doesn't allow anything to begin unless it's already finished. Still ain't got it. In your mother's womb, when the sperm hit the egg, boom, God said that's the beginning. He doesn't allow anything to begin unless it's all. Potential is when you hide the end inside the beginning. This is why every one of you in this room, every one of you, inside of you, you feel that you were supposed to do something important. Even if you never do it, you feel there's gotta be something that I came here to do. Matter of fact, let's read one more verse. Verse 10 says, I set the end before the beginning, and I make known from what? Ancient times what is yet to come. That statement means not only do I begin with the end, but when I begin, I let you see the end at the beginning. That is called vision. This is why children are born dreaming. This is why you had big dreams until you ran into your parents. You had big dreams until you ran into your teachers at school. You have big dreams until you run into these adults in the church. Your problem is you too grown up. They killed your dream. What you saw when you was 9 was your end, but they trapped you into a job. You know what Jesus said? He said, look, when you come into my kingdom, you stop being an adult, because adults don't dream anymore. Except you become like little children again. You cannot enter kingdom lifestyle. It takes a child to buy a piece of property and build this building in this city. It takes a child to plan the next building. That don't make no sense. But God says, you are a child. I like you. Think like a child. Nothing is impossible. The greatest gift God ever gave man is not the gift of sight. It's the gift of vision. Why? Because sight is a function of the eyes, but vision is a function of the heart. Sight shows you what is. Vision shows you what could be. And the greatest enemy of vision is sight. You ask a child, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be the mayor. And what do you say? Oh, be realistic. You just killed their dream. They were seeing what's already finished. Here's a teenager. He has a daydream. By the way, you need to daydream more, because your daydreams are your real dream. Your daydreams are your purpose. This young man, teenager, had a daydream. He saw himself sitting on a throne. He saw his whole family kneeling before him. He saw himself feeding them and taking care of them. He was a teenager in a poor little village in Marion, South Carolina. And he went to his mama and daddy. He says, I saw something today. I saw me feeding all of y'all. Brother says, who do you think you are? Sounds familiar? You think you better than us? They said, sound familiar? Yeah. You don't do that here in Marion. Get a job at McDonald's and turn burgers and settle down. Who do you think you are dreaming that big? You can't dream that big in Marion. You know what we got here? You get a job, you pay bills, and you die. But God sent a man one day named MYLES MUNROE to Marion to tell you, don't believe nothing they tell you. If God be for you, who can be against you? Let God be true and every man shout amen, somebody. If you know what you saw, and what you see is not what you saw, then what you see gotta be temporary. I'm about to scream all by myself. I say it's temporary. When you go to work tomorrow, I want you to walk in work with a little smile on your face. And they ask you why you smile, and tell them, this ain't what I saw. This is a temporary job. Enjoy me while I'm here. I'm on my way to my destiny. Shout amen, somebody. When you go home tonight, walk around your house and your apartment and say, this ain't what I saw. This is a temporary residence. I'm on my way to what he showed me. Oh, come on, pastors. Go back to that building that you're in. Walk around the building and say, this ain't what I saw. This is a temporary church building. Clap your hands and scream, hallelujah. Stop living by your eyes. Start living by your vision. The just shall live by faith, not by sight. Everybody say potential. That means none of your mistakes can cancel what you're carrying. Only God could look at a shepherd boy and see a king on the inside. Only God could look at a prostitute named Rahab and see the lineage of Jesus Christ inside a prostitute. Only God could look at a shepherd boy in the wilderness and see the leader of a country. Only God could look at a serial killer named Saul and see Genesis coming true in the New Testament. Inside that serial killer, he said, 1st, 2nd Corinthians, Colossians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, he saw the New Testament in a serial killer. Never sees what you've done. He sees what you are carrying. And you are carrying awesome treasure. Let no one cancel your future with their words. Tell your neighbor, I am who he says I am. I can do what he says I can do. If I see it, it's already done. And I'm going to my destiny. I am full of potential. Give God a big scream and shout for a second. You ain't seen nothing yet. Mr. Mayor, what are you dreaming? That's the question. What is he showing you when you was a child? Being a mayor is nothing. Why? It's done. Now go be governor. Do something else. Dream big. This is why the word retirement does not exist in the Bible. Don't get quiet on me now. It's not in the Bible. You don't retire. You empty yourself and then you leave. God called Abraham at 75 years old. He got started at 75. What's your problem? Tell your neighbor, you ain't saying nothing yet. Tell your neighbor, no retirement. Refirement. Come on, get that fire back. Give God a praise. You got to get that fire back in your bones, brother. Hallelujah.